Hello and welcome to the Jann Arden podcast. I'm here with Caitlin Green, Sarah Burke. How you guys doing? We're all in Toronto.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I feel closer to you than ever.
Closer to you. Yeah, it's a beautiful day. Chris just came back from walking the dog. I have a day off from the tour today.
Oh my God.
We are recording this on a Thursday, so you guys are going to hear this tomorrow. What is new in your lives? What's happening? The news is depressing, but maybe you have good news.
I think I feel good. I have a really busy week. I went out to an event last night with one of my very favorite people, one of our very favorite people, Meredith Shaw.
Shocked.
Yeah, we went to a very fancy event for fancy perfumes by a jewelry brand called Bulgari, which maybe you've seen some of their gorgeous jewelry. I didn't know until fairly recently that they make some stunning perfumes. So they did a cool thing where you pair the smells that they're showing you with a little snack. They brought everyone out these little boxes of snacks and you pair it and everyone's having champagne, and Meredith and I were just laughing. We're like, we feel so fancy. And then we went for Korean after and had bibimbap. It was a real antithetical moment. And then tonight I'm going to an event with Alison Roman. I don't know if you guys follow her. She's a kind of like a chef. I shouldn't say chef. She's a cook and a cookbook author who got her start up Bon Appetit and then kind of became like a public figure. And then I have a karaoke birthday party for myself on Friday.
Wait, you're 40 still, right? I'm just checking.
I'm 40 forever. I won't ever get older than
What's
that.
the
just
date
so
again?
know.
Just so we can get this out. We need to know.
November 27th.
Okay, so we're 7 days away, Jen. We have 7 days to wish her happy birthday proper.
Listen, have I ever forgotten her birthday? Yes.
I mean, she might have gotten it early.
Will I ever forget it? Yeah, I have had it 6 months early sometimes.
I think that's thoughtful, Jan.
It's okay to wish people a happy birthday. Like they have
Whenever.
it sometime in the year.
Yeah, I'm with you. Do it. Do it whenever.
Well, that sounds like an action-packed day. That's a heck of a lot more than I'm getting up to. How about you, Sarah?
It's also been an event-heavy week for me. I have not been out this much in so long. I was like, oh, jeans and bras with wires. I just don't know. But I went to support a girlfriend of mine getting a Woman of the Year award through this Glory Media event. And Jen, you were like, oh, so beautiful. She was like, Jann Arden commented. I'm like, yes, she knows you exist. It's amazing.
Aw.
And yeah, that's my my university roommate, Ali. And last night, I went to a Harborfront Christmas kickoff event for the Miracle Bars. They're pop-ups where everything looks like it's thrown up Christmas. Everything's tinseled, the drinks are themed, all of that. So that was fun. And it's right near the skating rink at Harborfront Center, and it opens when does the bar open? The bar opens today. The skating rink with Harborfront opens, I think, the 26th or something like that.
Lots of pop-ups in this town, hey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Toronto loves a pop-up. The festive season is here because Distillery had their tree lighting. And then last night, the Fairmont Royal York did their big Christmas tree lighting. And I think they have a holiday cocktail-y bar type of thing.
Everyone does.
Everyone does. It's a real Christmas city. I'm surprised we don't actually have a second Christmas market because the Distillery is so inundated that we could handle two.
Actually, I'm remembering now, the Christmas tree lighting with Harborfront is on the 27th. So if you missed the ones that Caitlin just mentioned and you happen to be in Toronto and you need to, my guy is obsessed with Christmas. I'm like, oh, okay. He wanted to go to the Christmas market when he was last year. And I was like, oh, I didn't plan for this, but we can talk about it.
I'm looking forward to my scenic river cruise. I leave in a week, and it is a Christmas market cruise, and I'm doing a show for everyone, which is why I'm there in the first place, in Vienna.
That's so beautiful.
So that'll be very Christmassy, I think.
I follow a lot of the European Christmas market content on social because it's on my wish list to take Will one day. They do some really beautiful Christmas markets. That's so nice. And you're on a Christmassy tour right now, Jan. You're kind of our Canadian Queen of Christmas, I dare say.
Oh yeah.
Well, maybe. I think there's quite a few artists out there that are doing Christmas stuff or at least one-off Christmas specials. Listen, I like it. The world needs some damn joy. Okay. I mean, this week we have seen the circus that is Donald Trump just continue to spiral out of control. And I just have to say, as a woman, for the president of the United States to look at the only female journalist on Air Force One and call her a piggy while she's asking him a question. She was in the company of a bunch of male journalists. The patriarchy is alive and well, none of which said a word to admonish
Or stand up for
President Trump or say, hey, that's completely unnecessary.
It's crazy.
She was asking a question that he felt was beneath him. He really is a runaway train. He thinks he is beyond any kind of laws, any kind of human decency, that he is above. He answers to no one and does exactly just what he wants. It's so appalling, and to see that unfold without anyone coming to her side or having any kind of solidarity was pretty sad.
I saw that same clip. It's been disturbing so many people all over the world. And I think if you're an American citizen, I would just be so embarrassed and disturbed by the fact that this has become normalized from the leader of your country, the elected leader of your country, because it is so deeply abhorrent to like everyone else. Is just like, it's absolutely shocking. I saw a bunch of people commenting on this on social, obviously, as you can expect. And if there's an account called Saint Hoax, and Jan, if you're not already following it, you really do need to, because they do some really funny stuff with some dark content. But someone said that Quiet Piggy should be on his tombstone.
Yeah.
I just don't disagree.
Is a person well that does that? He knows he's being filmed, but this is the audaciousness of this man.
Yeah.
Is that he knows that his ardent followers will back him up no matter what he does. And I've said that many times. I just, I guess for me, the biggest takeaway is that her male counterparts who are in the press corps, journalists trying to do the job in media that we so desperately need right now, of saying nothing, just moving on to the next question. I just don't get it.
Yeah.
Like,
do you think they're scared?
Yeah.
I wonder. Yeah, there's got to be some, I would imagine, percentage-wise, who don't take issue with him treating people that way. Maybe they even support it. But I wondered too if are they in that moment scared of being not getting access to him? But then
yeah, exactly.
But
exactly.
I guess I'm at what cost to you and and I wonder too if in 2 weeks following, if someone was to interview them and say do you regret not saying anything? How do you feel about this and looking back, and what they would say? Because it's the kind of thing where it would it took me aback, but you'd have to assume these are, like you said, seasoned professionals, and you feel like they would be able to say, hey, in what world do you think that is the appropriate response to a female journalist asking a question?
Well, I read an op-ed piece, and they were talking about what a hard-fought battle it is to get on Air Force One and to be one of the journalists that do travel with the president and his entourage. They're very, very carefully picked. So at some point, she was deemed someone appropriate for the president, someone that wouldn't, poke the bear, as it were. So she had passed this kind of screening. And so, yeah, I don't think they want to lose their spot, Caitlin.
I know. And then I also kind of get these shower thoughts in my head where I'm do I want any sort of coverage that comes from journalists who are deemed approved by someone, whether it's they're going to toe the line? Does this then not water down the value of their coverage because that they might be willing to placate him to such an extent that they wouldn't have stepped in and said anything? Do I feel they have the same journalistic integrity as somebody who he is deeming not safe to fly on Air Force One for him in terms of his messaging? Point. Yeah. So I don't know. It was a real bummer. You're absolutely right. That's why we need Jann on a Christmas market cruise.
Well, apparently the Epstein files are going to be released now. That the Justice Department has said they're going to release them. But I think we had a conversation. I've certainly had conversations with my friends that I'm traveling with about things are probably redacted at this point and, heavily edited. So I don't know if we'll ever get the real thing. Trump was saying, yeah, Jeffrey Epstein, I kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago. I thought he was a creep. I thought he was a piece of crap. And I kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago so fast. He's preemptively putting out this very fake story, because we've seen many, many, many clips of him standing with Epstein, laughing, talking. There's so many emails, but here he is in the last week saying, oh yeah, he was one of the worst people I ever met in my life, and I had him physically removed from Mar-a-Lago. I thought, do you not hear yourself? Are you that fucking crazy?
Mm-hmm. No, he is. He is that crazy. And he's, I guess when you have a bunch of, such a rabid fan base that you can just jerk them around and say one thing and then say the complete opposite, and
they follow blindly.
Yeah, they'll excuse away so much of his very obvious shortcomings when they're up in arms about think back to the scandal around the disrespect of Obama's brown suit. What a world to be occupying. And so when it really feels like there is no bottom, it's it is tiring.
Hillary's emails.
Yeah.
Oh my God, right? Yeah. Yeah.
That they weren't on a secure server. It's gone so bananas. Anyway, that's all the time we're going to dedicate to this today, which is almost 12 minutes. I love this, talking about daily hacks that people use to get through life. And you probably do hacks, guys, without even really knowing what kind of hacks that you're doing. Mm-hmm. One of the ones for me that really resonated, and I'll let you guys list off some of these great hacks that people have. But somebody was saying that they put things back in the same place all the time. Mm-hmm. And that is a huge thing for me. So how about you? I mean, I just want it to be where I left it. So I'm really cognizant of this goes in that drawer. Here's where that goes. And so far it's worked for me.
Yeah.
ADHD is a beast. And that is very helpful for ADHD.
It is helpful.
But I've only started doing it recently. I feel like going to my half living at the cottage, half being at home, for the last, 4 or 5 months makes that very hard, because I almost want to keep something on the counter just because, I'm leaving in 3 days again and I want it to come with me and I don't want to forget it. Mm-hmm. So it makes it hard to put things away. But here's a hack, and Caitlin will laugh at this because of Kyle, but just keep your things that you need all the time in the trunk, like the golf clubs.
Okay.
Small but really great hack for me. I just
As someone who is
yeah.
constantly tormented by the sound of my husband's golf clubs rattling around in the trunk of our car.
Yeah.
But now that this season's over, they're away.
I know, it's very sad.
The second that I know he has his last golf game of the season, I'm like, TikTok, let's get those out of there. It drives me crazy.
What other hacks were on the list again?
Bing bong.
Haven't heard that in a while.
Well, some of them were take the first parking spot that's open. Don't go to the mall, especially this time of year. And I've talked about parking during the holidays, and it's a nightmare at Chinook in Calgary. But don't circle and circle and circle and circle. If you see a spot that's, God forbid, 200 yards away, park in it and walk.
Yeah.
Save yourself a lot of goddamn grief of really people playing musical chairs in parking lots, dun, 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 and then everyone's fighting and there's just shit happening. Mm-hmm. So I like that one. And using timers for everything, I do. I'm not going to say Alexis's name too loud because she's here, but I time out everything. If I put, sometimes I'll top off my pond at home in the summertime. It's obviously, it evaporates. And if I do not put a timer on it, I'll be like, no shit. And the water's been on for 70 minutes and I literally want to put it on for 10.
Yeah.
So I put timers on everything.
Cooking, I'm timing everything. I will literally walk away from a stove on accidentally. Again, ADHD. Timers are great.
The number of times that my husband and I have started running Will's bath and then gone to do something else and we forget, and it hasn't overflowed yet, but the last few times we've gone in there and it's like meniscus level. It's just at the very tippy top and we're like, oh, and we forget. So I think that's one. Kyle is really good, and I see him do it all the time, and I've started stealing this, is that he asks, I have to cover her up because she's listening too.
Okay,
he asks
yeah.
Siri
Yeah.
he asks her to remind
this is
him.
so sad.
I know. He'll say, remind me in an hour to call, for example, yesterday, call Dr. Hoy's office right when they open so that we can get the first crack at appointments, the same day appointments. So stuff like that he's good at. One that I saw on here that I really, really liked was, if it takes less than 2 minutes, do it right now.
Do it.
Do it. Just do it now. Get it in your head of just like, okay, it's going to take 2
Give me an
minutes.
example, Caitlin, of something that just gets put off that literally is a quick fix. Is it unpacking the dishwasher? Like things like
It
that?
takes longer than 2 minutes these days. But I will say that like it's anything to put away, putting things away for sure. For me, if I have the hurdle of it takes a phone call to do it, like if I have to phone somewhere to make an appointment, I just don't do it. And I procrastinate. And like, I'm telling you guys, I have like overdue like 10,000 medical appointments because I can't book online. So I'm like, I know now I have to break it down where I'm like, call Dr. So-and-so today. It's going to take 2 minutes. So I'm just like, do it. And this ties into mine that I stole from someone on TikTok, but never touch and try to avoid. Don't touch anything twice. So if you have a coat and you like come in and you take it off and you toss it on the couch, or then have to touch it again to get it back in the closet where it's supposed to belong. So keep in your head of like, am I going to have to touch this twice? Because if not, just put it where it needs to go right now.
Okay.
So that's a good one for me.
The hack that I find the most useful, so like a lot of the ADHD thing is like you need to feel the pressure and the adrenaline to get things done.
Oh my God,
so,
Sarah. I have it. Sorry. Anyways.
Yeah. Yeah, happy to Dr. Burke this for you. But so like, for example, if I'm making myself scrambled eggs for lunch and I know, it's going to be maybe 3 to 5 minutes before I'm put the toast in, whatever. In that time, I'm emptying the dishwasher. It needs to be done by the time the eggs are done. So like using something, even like a song, like putting on a song and being like, by the end of the song, I need to put all the coats and vests away in the closet versus wherever they end up. I love having a deadline, which is why until the deadline of like an essay back in the day, it's like, well, I'll start it at 4 a.m. and it'll be handed in by 8 a.m. It'll be fine.
Why do we all do this? I know so many girlfriends that have this, and I have to now I break the cycle in the opposite way where I don't like the race, the anxiety. It makes me anxious. Okay. So now I have to do the piecemeal timer thing that Jann was talking about, where I will set aside, today is 45 minutes during this time to do this. And it might be something that's not due or I don't have to worry about for 2 weeks, but I've in my head figured out, usually with the help of ChatGPT, like, hey, how long would you think it'll take me to do this? And it'll be like, oh, guessing it'll take about 3 hours for you to do like whatever this editing is or whatever it looks like, write this article. And so I'm like, okay, so I base it off of a 3-hour estimate and I'll break it into like 20-minute chunks. And that like I'll have to do a little bit of, but
or between appointments, like sometimes, if I'm leaving to go into Toronto, which is not always an easy thing, right? Bringing my laptop bag, I'm going to an appointment. The next appointment that I'm staying in town for is maybe an hour and a half after. In that hour and a half, what am I going to be able to complete before the next appointment, right? I love that type of shit. That'll get me going. So.
If you guys have any suggestions or any hacks that you guys do at home, please leave us a voice note. Because I'd love to know, but the timing thing resonates with me. Like fitting something in around something else. Like when I go into town to do errands, it's usually benign things like going to pick up more makeup wipes at Shoppers. And I make sure, I don't know why this is a huge issue for me, I have a mailbox there. That's just for stuff. Because I live in the country, it's not always reliable and that box has been broken into so many times out there. It's just easy pickings for people. I never check that goddamn mailbox. Like walk up to the mailbox, put the key in and grab the stuff. And I'm like, it's going to be so loaded with junk. And then I'm going to have to take that and put it in the garbage that's over by the lady that I talked to. And I don't really want to talk to anyone today. Like it was just so stupid things. But I'm like, the dry cleaners is close. So I'll make sure that I do that, and then I try and figure out a way to treat myself. So it's either like a Starbucks pink drink, which has a drive-through really close, or a Diet Coke from McDonald's, because McDonald's has the best fountain Diet Coke on the planet. So I try and add rewards into my tasks, which gives me incentive to go, if I go into town, I can get a Diet Coke. And literally that will get my ass off the couch.
Yep. No, it works. That's a proven CBT therapy thing where they, joy stacking or whatever they call it.
Oh, there's Kettleman's
joy
bagel
stacking
right beside the grocery store. Get
See?
myself a Kettleman's if I.
I do. So Jann knows my love. We've discussed this a million times on the pod over the years, but of the Starbucks sugar cookie oat latte.
Oh yeah, she's back.
She's back. She's here. Although I can only do I can only do 2 pumps. No topping,
That's
2 pumps.
all you can do, 2 pumps.
4 is like,
No,
feel like I'm
it
going
hurts
to
your
launch into
teeth.
space. It's crazy. And so I just do 2. And the other week, because now we're in cold and flu season, so Will is home with me like half the week, either avoiding being sick because I know there's an outbreak of something at his daycare, or he himself is sick. So he was home sick with me the other week. And we went to an indoor play place, and they have a really nice staff there. So I see them a lot. And we were the only ones in the whole indoor play place. So Will and I are just going crazy. And they have these special takeout, like travel mugs. So you can make coffee there for free. Or if you bring your own, you pour it into that and you can bring it inside to the play place. So I get a venti sugar cookie oat latte, and I bring it in and I transfer it into one of their big, vats for coffee for all the tired parents that are there. And one of the staff members smelled it and came up to me and was like, "What did you put in your mug today?" I was like, "Oh, it's a sugar cookie oat latte." And he yelled to one of the other staffers, "It's a sugar cookie oat latte." And they popped their head over the wall and they're like, "Oh my God, it smells so good. The whole kitchen smells amazing." I was like, yeah, so that's another joy stacker.
Oh my God.
Life is, it's not the big things.
No.
It's these little things. Like, you brought so much joy to people that smelled a sugar cookie oat latte. We're not going to say those words again, folks, on the podcast. That was our 5th time. But yeah, you got to add little fun things into the day. And it's amazing how things add up. I was saying to my wonderful dog babysitter, Angela. Shout out to Angela, who is saving my life right now because Poppy's at home. He gets to stay at home and I'm getting videos. Angela's got the flu right now.
No.
But I was saying to her, gosh, when I get home, I don't know if you're up for this, but I get overwhelmed with a bunch of little things. Like, sometimes I have 8, 9, 10 things on a list.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, it kind of buries me.
Yep.
I feel a bit overwhelmed, and I don't have kids, you guys. I don't have anyone that I'm, looking after, or, I don't. My girlfriend is in Iceland, half the time, so I'm not, doing her stuff. But Angela's like, yeah, I'll help you. I love it, she said to me.
Okay.
Well, the world needs those types
There's
of
people
people.
that love, there's people that love this stuff. And when she said that, it sent something through me. It made me feel like crying. Like, how can you love this?
Yeah. But Jann, like, you are, like, when I see Jann go on stage or like in a room with people, you're very like, you have an ease, obviously, because of years of being on stage and performing, right? But I often am struck by the fact that is many people's worst nightmare, is to have to be on stage and to have to engage with people and to just be that focus of attention. I think it makes people really uncomfortable. And I think they would say, like, "Oh my God, how do you do that for a living all the time?" And then for other people, like, maybe us, probably, I'm like, yeah, you're right. How do you enjoy all these little tasks? Because they do overwhelm me and they build up, they like stack up.
Yeah,
Get yourself a latte.
Well, it's true. When Cynthia Loist was visiting me, she was there kind of after you left, Caitlin.
Mm-hmm.
And when she came, I was kind of like, up here anxious. And she goes, like, "Is there stuff you need to do? I can help you do stuff." Because I said to her, I got a lot of shit that I probably should do while you're here. She goes, "I love doing stuff like that." She's another one of those people. I'm like, God help you. But I need to go to the UPS store and I got to send these 3 packages off. And if you guys can remember, we had winners from our live podcast that got swag boxes.
Yes.
Of T-shirts, candles, hats, da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
And so it had been about like a week or so after that. And I'm like, I got to get these out. And she came with me to UPS, and it was such a debacle filling out those forms. And that's what keeps me from doing it. I'm like, UPS has the longest forms to fill out, but I needed to expedite these things. And Canada Post has been so unpredictable this year.
Right.
And she loves it. So that is
Great.
not my jam. Once again, send us a voice note. If it's how do you do your errands? How do you keep from getting buried by the minutia of just life? And I feel like as I'm getting older, it's not getting easier. It's getting harder.
Yeah. Guys, I ordered a new computer. Like you can hear some beeping in the background here, but they're doing fire alarm testing in my building.
No,
the entire week, so it's like no escaping it.
No,
Doesn't
I like
matter.
it.
I'm used to that.
See, some people like that. What?
We had it. We had it here in the condo a couple days ago, and it scared the shit out of Chris's dog. So I get it.
Stevie's at my feet right now, shaking. She's shaking. I know. That's why I'm like, stay close. Anyway, I got a new computer. There's some backing up and some things that need to happen before I can even switch and transfer my life over there. It's been in the box for 3 days. I'm like, I'll get to it soon. I'll get to it soon.
Oh, I'm telling you, that could turn into a month, Sarah.
I know.
My dad did that with a phone. He finally got a new phone. He was using a Huawei that I think doesn't exist outside of China. Like, I was like, how did you even get this model of phone? And
Huawei.
And it made
a while either.
It made sharing videos and photos of Will with him really hard, and we couldn't FaceTime. And I was like, figure out your phone. He's like, oh, I have a new iPhone. It's been sitting in a box for a year.
Come on, dude.
It happens.
I know.
Literally happens.
And you need someone else to like make you do it. It's the same way that when I was a little kid, I would get anxious about trying new stuff. So I always needed to do classes or summer camps with a friend. But I think it's the same way. It's the same thing in life. Like if I have a friend to come do my like errand day with me, it's immediately A, more enjoyable, and B, like I'm more likely to do it and to complete everything. And it's just like, I don't know. The stuff is universally annoying.
Okay, hear me out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just talking about a service. Somebody out there who's entrepreneurial, offer yourself as an errand buddy and show up at people's houses. Like they can call you and you will go with them either in their car or you will pick them up in your car and take them for errands. I'm telling you, I would hire you in a second.
Well,
let's go do this.
And it's a personal assistant too, right? Like, and if you have friends, like I have some friends.
But I don't want one all the time.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. A personal assistant, you have to have them like on salary all the time. You don't use them as needed. So it's a on-demand personal assistant. Because like I have friends who are like big fancy executives, and sometimes when they've had to like make travel arrangements or we're booking time with them for something, it's through their assistant. But that assistant is like paid for at work. It's different than like needing it, yourself all the time. So I love that service idea.
Yeah.
I just think it would be helpful to
errand buddy.
I would show up for you guys. I would be your errand buddy.
Yeah.
A little bit of a topic change, and this is because I am in hotels quite a bit this next 5 weeks. Caitlin, this is a great story that you brought us. I'm not sure where this comes from, but this really struck a chord in me, and I had to think long and hard. Have you ever stolen things from a hotel room?
I'll be right back.
Oh, Sarah's going to get what she's taken.
No. I totally have. Yeah.
So I'm going to admit to one thing that I did take, and I'll tell you why, because I had to, and I didn't know what to do. So, and this is a little bit of it's kind of gross. So
is this the period story?
It's a bit of a period story, but it's not that bad. So I had to use a face cloth. It was a wreck. I was in the throes of menopausal hell, and as hard as I tried, I could not, clean up this face cloth. And I had used it to whatever. I put it in a little baggie that I had my shampoo and my conditioner in, and I took it with me. I took the face cloth with me. I was so embarrassed. I didn't want to leave this face cloth. It looked like I don't know what it looked like. There was just part of me. And this was 10 years ago, and I took the face cloth, and I didn't say anything to anybody, and I have felt bad about that ever since.
It looked like you killed a teeny tiny person and then like cleaned up the mess afterwards.
Yeah, if someone took one of those light things in there and looked at the bathroom, they would have been absolutely mortified. I would have been incarcerated.
I actually think you did a nice thing rather than saving that for someone in housekeeping to deal with. Like, what do they care about a face cloth?
I was just embarrassed, but that's the only thing I have never taken. They're listing things off here like house coats.
Oh, the robes? Gotta.
Toiletries, I don't think is stealing anything.
No, they leave those for you.
Yeah, many little soaps and little shampoos and the sewing kits. I've taken those. I'm sorry. I do not think that is thievery.
They want you to. I think they want you to.
Well, the thing with the house, like with the robes, is they'll charge you for that. So it's like you're not really stealing it because they do an assessment after the fact and they just put it on your bill.
I didn't get charged.
Are you sure?
Did you take a house coat, Sarah?
Yeah. I think a lot of people
where?
don't check their actualized bill that gets emailed to them like days later.
Because such a cozy little, it was like a Westin. Actually.
Well, so much for that sponsor.
No.
we had Weston by the tail, and now they're gone.
Now they said that's it.
No. Dan paid cash for this hotel room. There was like no card on, or anything.
Oh, and there you go. Okay. They didn't even take a card for incidentals?
I'm trying to remember.
That's on them if they don't do that, because every single hotel I've ever stayed at takes cards for incidentals.
I do remember them asking for a card to get put down, but I wonder if he got that charge after.
Maybe.
Well, just statistically, 26% of the people surveyed confess that they take something every time they stay in a hotel.
Towels top the list.
Yeah, 79% of people helping themselves to the towels.
I've never done
Would
this.
I be under the towel category with my face cloth?
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so.
This has never happened. Then bathrobes were next, followed by hangers, which, like, again, if you're traveling, if you're taking like 10, then that's weird to me. But if you happen to find yourself in a jam where you need one hanger with like
but they're
suit,
wooden hangers.
They're nice.
I know. And like, but I mean, it depends again on the place you're staying. Like a not as nice hotel will have the hangers that don't have the hook. It's like you slide them onto the ring that's permanently fused to the bar.
Yes.
That is so smart, because this is not useful in your own home.
But when I
because
go
you
to a
just have
place
a little nub
that has the nub, I feel like it's a bit down market. Because I'm like, well, I'm like, they wouldn't have the nubs at the Four Seasons. Like, they would give you you'd get a real hook. The only thing that I've done, which is sneaky, and I will call some places if I can't find out in advance what brand of toiletries they carry. So I want to know what their brand of like shampoo, conditioner. I know I'm that person, because with the liquid and gel restrictions, if I have to pack my own, I want to know. But if they have really good stuff, then I won't pack my own.
Okay.
And sometimes I'll find out that they have really good stuff. And if I know they have like a great brand of shampoo and conditioner and like a great smelling soap and like shower gel and cream, I will sneaky, even if I haven't used all of it, I'll like clean it out the first day so that housekeeping restocks them full every time. So
There's a hack. There's a life hack.
That's
for
a
you.
hack.
That's under the hack category.
Okay, good. Because it's just those. And I'm like, you can afford it. But like, if you have Byredo in your hotel, I regret to inform you, I will be taking it all. So
For a few years, I had the band. This would have been sort of the early 2000s. Hotel rooms every night. And I had them take all their toiletries, which they never did. So the little bar of soap, most hotels now have gotten a little better than that environmentally. They have the pump and they just refill your pump hand soap. But back in the day, they did have little bars of soap. They had little shampoos. Most hotels have a pump shampoo and conditioner and a body gel in the shower now. But there used to be individuals at the end of a tour, like at the end of 6 weeks, we had a hockey duffel bag filled with stuff that we would drop at a women's shelter.
Oh, I love
oh,
that.
amazing.
And
So good.
The guys really loved doing that. And we always felt good. And it just, for women coming and going, the little individual containers
great
were
idea.
so
My
helpful.
heart.
Yeah. And you can't do it so much anymore. Like I said, it's good and bad, but most hotels are now providing you with a glass bottle to refill your water bottle. They're not leaving plastic bottles, and everything's a pump and refill.
Yeah.
Even the nice ones. Like I stayed in a Four Seasons last summer in London, and they had beautiful products, but they were all pump and load stuff.
Four Seasons does
in the
Byredo
showers.
sometimes.
Lovely. I mean, it's great products, but I don't mind that. I don't mind having to do that. Although I miss having a bar of soap. I'm a bar of soap girl.
I'm a bar soap girl too.
Me
And
too.
that's easy to travel with. It's not liquid. You just put the bar in.
So I have those, and I'll if I have a big bar of soap that I really like a brand, sometimes I will cut a piece of it off.
You got to do what you got to do, man.
Because I hate it. Like, and you know what the thing is? The inconsistencies on the liquid and gels issue really grinds my gears, because you get a rather chill person at security and they're like, nah, I don't care. And then you get someone who's new or training, God forbid, and they will go through your measurements with their little fine tooth comb. Oh, this is 52 mils. I'm like, okay.
I wouldn't even know what a milliliter was. I've
I
lived
usually
in Canada
take one
my
of
whole
those-
life, and I just don't know what that size is.
You know the bags that they have like at the airport, right?
Yeah.
Just always grab an extra one of those, because then next time you're packing for your trip, you just put them in there, and then I find that makes it go faster. They're like, oh, great, you're prepared.
And it kind of measures for you, doesn't
Yeah.
it, Sarah?
Yeah.
But then they're like, it should be able to close. Mine never can.
Well, here's a hack.
Okay, great.
So I have
these.
asthma, right? So I have all these extra medications, but I will put those in a separate bag, like also the Air Canada bag or whatever. And then I'll just slip in a few other extra things, even if it's like tea tree oil or whatever other things I might be using. Like, I'll just be like, this bag is medication, okay? And then they go, oh, okay. I kind of like get by with that.
The funny thing too that I realized was, so there was a point we were traveling with Will, and it was when he was still like exclusively combo feeding, so breast milk and formula. And formula keeps babies fuller longer. So on a flight, great to have. So we were going through security, and we had a bunch of formula with us, and Will was having a meltdown, and they were going through my bag. I got called for extra, like, look through your bag. So Kyle's like, I'm taking Will downstairs so he can like walk around, and we'll like get him a snack. So I'm like, okay. So I go to the thing they're looking through. They're like, what's all this? And I was like, baby formula. And they're like, yeah, where's your baby? I was like, he's down there. Do you want to look down? We're at Pearson, and Kyle's gone down the escalator. I'm like, he's down there. They're like, we got to see the baby. So I had to like wave to Kyle in the middle of Pearson. I was like, bring Will back. We show up with a baby. We're like, here you go. That's our baby.
I mean, everyone's different. It's different everywhere you freaking go.
Totally.
I've had to take my bracelets off before that I've had on. I've had to take these goddamn gold necklaces off. I have 5 on my neck. So I had spent the whole trip without my necklaces on because I didn't have anyone to help me put them on. There's a few I can put on, but some of the latches are those little
tiny.
Oh, they're so tiny. And it's so frustrating to even try. Like, I feel just on the brink of an anxiety attack trying to put my jewelry back on. But boy, when they are just nitpicky to that degree, I'm like, this is not setting off anything.
No.
And I'm still beeping when I'm going through, even after the necklace is off. And then they're like, well, what else do you have? And then they pat me down. So I must have something going on with me. Maybe it's the
do you have
metal
something
plate
in your
my
heart?
head.
Do I remember
Well,
correctly?
I've got a Teflon cable, but it shouldn't set
that
anything
shouldn't
off.
set it off.
No.
Yeah.
But-
Traveling, Caitlin, you are going where? You have a trip coming up, don't you?
Oh yeah. Well, we're going to out east to PEI for Christmas. That'll be coming up in December, but nothing until then.
Okay.
Nice. That's something to look forward to.
Oh my God, I can't wait.
Just to finish off this last thing, everyone takes hotel pens. I take them all the time.
Oh yeah.
I think that's part of their marketing plan.
I think
the
so.
little pads.
Cosmetics, blah, blah, blah. But their other items stolen include artwork, blankets, glassware, coffee makers, blow dryers, and even TVs. Like, I got to know who's walking out of a hotel with a TV. Like, that's just out and out
I have
theft.
a mental image of, is it Keith Richards who threw the TV out of the window at the one hotel?
Probably. There's a former Real Housewife who just got she was arrested for stealing $11,000 worth of something from a furnished Airbnb.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
There's entitlement for you.
No kidding.
Like,
Absolute
she
entitlement.
needs that stuff. Wow.
Yep.
One thing I know that we did want to talk about, I've had lots of wonderful feedback. Thank you from the CBC television show.
Oh yeah.
Called The Assembly, and I'm interviewed by there was probably 30 neurodivergent on the spectrum of Asperger's, autism.
How did that come to
varying
be?
degrees. I don't know. It's a British show, and obviously the franchise is something that traveled across the pond, and CBC was interested in doing it, and I just was fortunate enough to have my hat thrown in the ring to be one of the, I think it was 6 Canadians that they interviewed. And but thank you so much, everyone, for your beautiful comments. There's been lots of clips that I've put up on my Instagram of questions they've asked me, and they were tough questions. Everything from, my brother with the murder that he allegedly committed over 30 years ago. There was sobriety questions. There was love questions. There was. It just ran the gamut. And the interesting thing is it was a half-hour show, but they interviewed me for over 2 hours. So it would be great to know, if CBC ever plans on maybe putting some of the other stuff up on Gem, because I think people would watch it.
What was your favorite moment from taping, even if it didn't make it into the show?
I have to say, for me, at the very end of my interview, I was quite tired at the 2-hour mark.
No kidding.
I just felt emotionally, I felt good, but I felt tired from concentrating. They sang Good Mother. So one of the young gentlemen had taken the time to learn it on the guitar. And when they all started singing, it was all I could do not to start bawling my head off. And I just thought, don't cry, because I felt like that just puts it on them, that they might think that I'm feeling bad. I don't know. So I just started singing along, and it was probably one of the most special moments of my life.
There's clips of that roaming around. Yeah.
One of my friends, it's so funny, this is funny timing, today texted me and was like asking me for details. He's like, what is this all about? And I said, oh, it's the assembly on CBC. And he's like, wow, it's been so great. I can't believe how much they know about her. And I'm like, yeah. I was like, but I think, that is one of the superpowers of like neurodivergent people, is that they just become so engrossed and so passionate and then so knowledgeable. And so, I mean, yeah, it's been a delight to see. That's such a great series. I'm really pleased with that initiative.
And they're not worried about like the way that they're asking something. Like it's coming from like a genuine curiosity without a filter.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing was off the table.
Yeah. Yeah. Was there a question that surprised you?
Whenever it's about my brother and the murder, it's a difficult time for me, because I feel like it just kind of subsides, and then I'm faced with it again, which is just part of my life, and we can do hard things. But I think the question was, did I think he did it? I think was the gist of the question. And there's a big pause that they left in on the broadcast, because, of course, they sent me the entire show before it aired. I think it was 31 minutes long. And I'm looking at it, and they asked me that question. And then I'm like, I mean, I won't do the pause as long as I paused on the podcast, but it was so, I don't know what they must have thought, but I had to, I'm thinking, what do I think? And I'm just like, I said, I don't know. And it's not up to me. I can't tell you. I have to care about him no matter what. Nobody knows. He's the only person that knows. Yeah. And does he even know at this point? Like, can humans talk themselves in and out of anything they want?
They can. There's, I forget what it's called, but there's like a term in crime where people talk themselves in and out of this stuff.
Does he believe, does he even understand what's at the heart of what happened? But yeah, it's terrifying for the victim. I feel absolutely devastated for this young woman's family. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's all you can say.
But they just asked me everything, and they asked me if I was, I think, was I in love, or was I in a relationship or something? And it was very early days with Thordis.
When did you tape it?
And I want to say early August.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So, but I'm looking at, I don't think that question has came on. I think it's in the footage that they didn't use, but I just felt my face going so red. And I'm like, do I answer this question? Because I hadn't done anything publicly.
Yeah, it must have been earlier than August, because in August you were talking about hand-holding in Banff already.
Okay.
Must have been a bit earlier.
All
Or
right.
I also think too, like, you talked about some stuff on here, but maybe you weren't doing it in like every other place,
behind
right?
our paywall.
Because there was a Patreon reveal prior to the general public reveal, so the only Janns got a sneak peek.
Yes.
So there was that sort of like interim period, but
Yeah.
it is like I've recently read interviews with some people and public figures, and they said the same thing as you, and they didn't even have to go through a 2-hour interview where they're being asked to, like, what do you think about your brother's violent criminal history? Like, so, but they talked about how depleting it was, and that they find press incredibly difficult. And it's weird to talk about yourself, and also to know that, like, once you say something on record in an interview or on video, that even though you change, anyone can go do a story about you 10 years later, and they can dig up this one clip, and you're like, God dang it. Like, I wouldn't have said that the exact way.
And misinformation is still an issue, Caitlin.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, 100%.
There's stories that just, they'll say things to me and I'll go, that's not actually true. and I'll do a correcting, and they're like, well, I read it. But it's it's that game you played as a child when you whisper a sentence into your little pal's ear. And by the time it gets back around, the red banana suddenly turns into the cow jumped over the moon. So it just
Broken
happens.
telephone. That's a great game.
Yeah,
Well, and
it's
it's like
it's human nature.
It's the like Wikipedia flaw, and you'll hear there'll be like one, fact given on Wikipedia about someone. And I can't think of an exact example right now, but I've seen it happen over the years to a ton of public figures. And they'll be asked the same question about the same piece of misinformation. They're like, yeah, you saw that on Wikipedia. Not true. I don't know why no one's taken it down yet. And I'll hear it on podcast interviews over and over again. It'll be like a little grain of truth, but then it'll have been spun out into something else. So what a strange, being interviewed seems like it would be quite odd.
Well, on Wikipedia, they've got my name down, and I don't know how to change it, as Jann Arden Richards.
Oh, where's
Jann
the Ann from?
There's no Ann in my name. It's Jann Arden Richards. But I don't know who put that in there. I have no clue, but it is.
Can we change it? Let me see. I'm going to your page.
I wish we could. If you can change that.
You can like request things, I'm pretty sure. I've just never done that.
Yeah. But anyway, I do want to thank everyone for your kind comments, for supporting the show. These kids are magical. Just to give them the opportunity to show the world how intelligent they are, how empathic they are, that they really make the world better.
That's exactly right, yeah.
There is something with their brains. How wonderful to have kind of an unfiltered, not like Trump, where you just are sick and a vile human being, but young people that go into life with such an authentic innocence and a curiosity and an amazing imagination and creativity and genuine love for you. Like I felt so loved. And when they came and hugged me at the end of the show, and I'll never forget it as long as I live. And it's something that I hope I can be involved in again somehow.
Yeah,
I would do it again in a
special.
second. Yeah.
I was just going to say on the heels of that too, like coming up with the holidays, like sure, it's like a feel good and wonderful story that we get to watch when I'll put the link in the show notes if you want to watch it. Jan's episode, I think, is number 3, right? Because there were other people involved.
Yeah, I'm not positive, Sarah, but yeah, thank you.
I think I saw it yesterday. But, we never really know. And I certainly have been in this situation before where you don't know, like sometimes you don't know if someone's on the spectrum, right? So kindness is a big thing. And if we can bring that into the holidays, I just wanted to say that. I used to work with an autistic girl. Met her when I was a day camp counselor, and she needed some like after school care. And I started doing some of that stuff with her parents being in the, like, it was a broken family. It was really hard, but I worked with her from when she was 6 to 14. And it was still to this day one of the most rewarding experiences of my life.
Wow.
And she was nonverbal. Yeah.
Oh, wow. No, good for you. I have an autistic nephew who's nonverbal. He speaks a little bit, but
yeah, it's special.
It is
just
so
seeing
special.
the world through those other. Anyway, we do have some voice notes,
Yes,
and we have.
please.
Do you want to start with voice notes or Ask Jan? We have an Ask Jan.
I'll
2
start
holiday.
with Ask Jan. Can we start with Ask
Okay.
Jan?
Oh, God.
A disclaimer to begin as this conversation and this question, as I learned in radio. Because
I did that on air one time. It was terrible.
Yes. So
How do you feel about maintaining the idea that Santa is real as kids grow up?
I think kids are so savvy, and they have the internet now, so it's probably not the same as when I was a kid. And I wasn't too upset when I found out that Santa wasn't a guy. It seemed like a really gradual thing. I'm not, you know what, I think that is for 2, 3, 4-year-olds. And then after that, you can absolutely say, mommy and daddy are Santa. And they just don't worry about that stuff too much.
Kayla?
I think it's a little embarrassing when you're 10 years old at school in like 4th grade and, you're telling your friends Santa is real. Like, give your kid a leg up. You know what I'm saying? Don't let him go like that.
Okay. And the parent?
I counter, never burst the Christmas bubble prematurely. There's such little like magic in the world that like let this magic go for as long as humanly possible. But yeah, I think whenever that bubble does burst, don't worry about it, because like you said, Jan, it does not, in my experience, does not at all take away from the magic of Christmas, I think. Yeah. And I want to keep it going for a long time. I don't know if this is accurate. I've actually never asked my parents this question. I kind of feel like from the time that I can remember, I don't think I did believe the whole thing.
I can feel you sniffing that out when you were 3 and being like, do not lie to me.
Like it just didn't feel, it felt really great and exciting. I was happy to write the letters, but I remember a feeling of like that I was playing along. I remember a feeling that like I thought that it made my parents feel better to think that I believed in it.
There's a lot of that.
Yeah. And so I would do it and be like, oh, maybe. But I remember being like, come on, we all know what's
When
going
I
on
was
here.
25, Mom said from Santa.
And like,
That's so
exactly.
cute.
And I'll still do that. Like sometimes, like even like just between Kyle and I, pre-will, we would give each other gifts, and then there would be one there that I would be like, oh, this one's from Santa, and it would be like one thing.
Office party, Secret Santa.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. The idea of like, I actually remember being like 7 or 8 and like standing at the window and waiting for Santa and being like, why doesn't he come to our house?
Oh,
I know. Okay, but very quickly, I do have to tell you now that we've played that disclaimer already.
Yeah.
I mean, Caitlin worked on like Top 40 radio. Moms are the target demo. I worked on rock stations for most of my life.
For sure.
So there I go talking about some Santa stuff. Oh, God, like I know Jan's face says it all.
Because I know where this is going, and it's already breaking my heart.
A caller called in to tell me off as soon as it happened. I was mortified, and I'm still so sorry. I learned a big lesson that day, but that's why I was like, you know what?
Because their kids were listening.
Yes, but I'm like, why are your kids listening to like our station, like the morning show?
Because they were in the car going to do
not
stuff.
PG, like.
Well,
Anyway.
and I remember too that we would have guests on the show around the holidays, and one of them would say something that alluded to bursting said bubble, and like Marilyn and I would launch right in, and we'd be like, "Well, you're not getting any. You're getting coal this year from Santa, who's undeniably real." Like staring at them to be like, "Shut up."
Okay, the second follow-up question from this group who these two ladies are Miranda and Morgan.
Hello.
Eminem was about matching outfits, yay or nay, and getting the whole family dressed.
Do it.
Are you doing that with Thordis?
Well, Thordis and I have T-shirts and shorts for Christmas already.
Cute. Did you buy them?
I bought plaid shorts.
Buffalo plaid.
Well, we have that red, beautiful Christmassy plaid. Okay. And there might be little tiny Mickey Mouses interspersed in the plaid. And we also have T-shirts that we might be revealing on the cruise. We'll see. We'll see how we're feeling.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about
I think
you,
I'm not going to say anything, but I think I know what the T-shirt is.
Oh.
I feel out of the loop.
Well, I don't know, but we have matching T-shirts and matching shorts. Okay. So they're really cute and adorable.
Do you, Kyle?
And she's never had that in her life. I think she's like, wow, what is this nutty Canadian up to? It must be what the older people do.
What about Kyle and Will?
Oh, if I could, Kyle will never, ever be seen in a matching anything. I know. I couldn't get it to happen. I mean, we're not like a pajamas house. So that's the first place to like where it's like not, we're not all in like pajamas regularly anyways.
Okay.
So I think I am down to get holiday attire. I don't know that it would match. I would be happy to do it. And I certainly don't mind. I think it's cute as hell when other people do it. I love it.
Me too.
I love when I see, especially I love matching bathing suits for some reason. I love when like I see a dad and a little boy in matching like the boxer, like the little like board shorts are the same. It melts my heart. And then like a mom and her daughters have the same like frilly one. I love that. So I'm down for it. I just don't think, I think like I can't see Kyle doing it. Kyle doesn't even really like, as you guys know, he doesn't even really like to be photographed. He doesn't really even like being on my socials. Like he
doesn't even like saying hi when he's in the room and we're podcasting.
I have to hand him the microphone and he'll be like, oh yeah, the sports thing is whatever.
Do you have an
and
NDA?
Then goes, yeah. I dragged him once on the Marilyn Dennis show and I watched him mentally unravel. Like I watched him have a full nervous breakdown on camera. And then afterwards I realized that he was so like shaky and uncomfortable. And I was like, oh no. I was like, I thought you were just putting this on. He's like, I hate it. I was like, okay. You don't have to do the rest of the show with me. Like, go.
I feel like my sister's family, they have like thrown up matching outfits every single year for so many years that I'm just like, but that's me.
So you're over it.
Okay.
I'm over it. Okay. Now some voice notes. Yes?
Caitlin, Sarah, and Jann. Jan, I went to your festive concert on Friday night in Markham. I brought my mom, and it was so much fun. You were radiant, you're energetic. It was so magical, and thank you so much for that. I have a question for you, though. Behind you, projected, look like two window panes, and um, on the left, from my point of view in the audience, it looked like a silhouette of a woman, and I was wondering if it was Thordis. Anyway, just a little quick question about that. Have fun with your holiday tour. Thank you, ladies, for the wonderful podcast each week. I look forward to listening and laughing and crying along with you.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
I no, it's definitely not Thordis. There's no, that must just be like an illusion of some kind, but
A
that
silhouette.
is so adorable that, you kind of saw that, but I think it's just random lighting and stuff. It's kind of like a Rorschach window pane, apparently.
Yeah.
And, but yeah, thanks. She'll be touched that you thought that. And, maybe that's something that we should incorporate is just have her profile everywhere.
That would be romantic. Romantic as all hell. Okay, here's another one.
Hi, Jen. I just saw your show at the Markham Theater, and I wanted to tell you how amazing it was.
Oh.
You are such an incredible entertainer and storyteller, and I really wish there was just more people like you in the world. Your podcast is amazing, and I love listening to the three of you, and I was beyond excited to get to see you in person tonight. So thank you for coming to Markham.
Thank you so much. I mean, I don't know what to say. I feel very undeserving a lot of the time. As you know, I'm someone that stumbles through life, and I've made an inordinate amount of mistakes. But I truly have a great time with the band, and to be able to bring a little bit of joy to people. And there's nothing like the holidays. Like, no matter what your religious leanings are or your political leanings, hundreds of people sit in a theater, and for 2 hours of time, you have a commonality. And everything, it's like the gloves are off, the knives are down. There's just this camaraderie, and we feel it. And it's really, really lovely. And I'll always remember it. What a great way to have made my way through the world. So thanks for coming. I just appreciate it more than you know.
I love that.
Okay, next one.
Hi, Jan, Caitlin, and Sarah. It's Kelly calling from Peachland, British Columbia. You were talking about staying in bed longer than you need to, and there's a Scottish term for it, and it's called Hurkle-Durkle. And I do a lot of Hurkle-Durkling. Just love staying in bed on a cool morning. Also love your podcast. Thanks for bringing a smile to my face so many times. And I've just joined the book bag and look forward to reading some books with you guys. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Welcome,
Wow.
Kelly. Okay, and one more.
Hurkle-Durkle, though. We have to comment on Hurkle-Durkle.
Someone else sent me this. A listener sent it to me via DM. And so I wonder if that was Kelly, too. I also love that Kelly is from Peachland. That's the cutest thing I've ever heard in my dang life.
Hurkle-Durkle. I'm gonna fucking Hurkle-Durkle myself into oblivion.
Hi, ladies. This is Monica from the other London in the UK. I just wanted to leave you guys a note about music playlists. Years and years ago, when I was at university, I did an exchange overseas, and I met someone, and we had a great few months together. And when all was done and the placement was finished, I made him a mix CD, and one of the songs that I put on it was Jan's song, Waiting in Canada. Fast forward 2 years later, and earlier this year, I was talking to a friend about that mix CD, and I said, let me play this song for you. And as I did a quick search on YouTube, what came up was this podcast. So I immediately became an Only Jans, and I've been listening to you guys every week and love it, and look forward to my weekly dose of Canadian. And I just wanted to just say, there you go. There's the power of music and the power of a mixtape. It brought me to you guys.
I love
Have a great week, and thanks very much. Oh, and for Caitlin and Sarah, check out Fred Again's Boiler Room performance.
Oh, yeah.
All the best.
Thanks, girl.
I mean, a classic.
Thank you. That's amazing. And yeah, that is. There's so many connectors There's so many connectors. You go down that rabbit hole, and all of a sudden you're at the Jann Arden podcast with Kaylin and Sarah. So
That's bizarrely
Thank
full
you.
circle. I absolutely love it. I also want to add, I was invited to the Fred Again show on Saturday night. I was invited to go and offered
By herself.
one ticket. I was offered a single ticket. And I was like,
we've talked about this, Caitlin,
yeah.
about going by yourself to shows.
Okay, and if I was going to see Sigur Rós again at Massey Hall and could stay seated,
No problem.
no problem. But I said to myself, a 40-year-old woman dancing alone at an airport hangar rave is a crisis.
Like it's a different
Was it crisis?
Yeah.
You fucking ding dong.
And I asked all of my dance music friends, I'm like, are you going? Are you going? Are you going? And they're like, we couldn't get tickets. And then I saw the friggin' footage from Saturday night's show, and it is just unbelievably epic. So yes, I have seen his Boiler Room. I'm obsessed with him. Maybe he'll come back to Toronto and I can get more than one ticket.
Yes.
Yeah. Would Kyle go to that or no?
Maybe. He likes Fred Again, but he's less inclined to be in a large group of sweaty dancing bodies than I am.
Okay. Got it. Anyways.
One last musical note. Annafrid, one of the ABBA girls, the dark-haired girl, just turned 80. I want to wish her a happy birthday and thank you for bringing so much joy to not only my life, but millions and millions and millions and millions of people. She went to the show in London. You know, they have that kind of hologram, crazy AI ABBA show. And she was there and kind of waved from the balcony from her birthday. And people were freaking the hell out.
Oh my God.
If you haven't had a chance to see that, I know it's a bucket list thing, but they've extended it. Go to the ABBA show in London. It's you take the literally the Penny Lane train and you get off at Penny Lane and you go see ABBA, and it's reasonable. It's like 125 pounds or something. Well, that's not reasonable, but
to see holograms.
See it. see it. You cannot decipher what's real and what's not real. And
That's
it's
cool.
amazing. Anyway, thank you for listening to Jann Arden Podcast. However you find us, wherever you find us, we appreciate it more than you know. We're rolling towards the holidays. We're having a great time. We've got lots of holiday content coming up and some great guests coming up. But in the meantime, look after yourselves. Thanks for the voice notes. You guys are impressive. And the Ask Jann, very impressive. We will see you on the other side in Patreon. And we will see you next week. Just look after yourselves and eat dessert first. We'll see you next time. Toodly-doo.